dey talk. Say Mayegun diary, e dey hot like pepper. But every day dem dey thief money in bulk. Poor man pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still dem talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud oh yo yo. Mayegun don come oh yo yo. My people make you shout oh yo yo. Mayegun don come oh yo yo.
Look at it, foolish man, stupid man, stupid man. Look at him. Stupid man. Look at him, he's a useless man. He's running. He's running. He's running. He's running. He's running. He must come out. He must come out. Go. He must go. We don't need you here. We don't need you. We must go.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò.
Thank you very much for joining me. As you are joining, remember this, you have to do two things. Share the broadcast, like the broadcast, and then relax, okay? At some point, you probably will be joining as well. Share the broadcast.
Mayegun diary, diary political. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o, kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. I bet you have read the caption of this broadcast, the description as well, because we have a lot to talk about, but we'll start with the Ekweremadus. On so many occasions on this platform, I have said it and I've continued to repeat it that Nigeria is managed, Nigeria is led by a bunch of criminals. And on this platform as well, I have repeatedly stated that the worst of us are those that are representing us. On this platform as well, I have repeatedly told you that the criminals in charge of Nigeria, they cut across all of the tribe, ethnic, religion, class, and whatever you want to probably identify as, the criminals in Nigeria, they don't have tribe, they don't have culture, they don't have, they don't have religion. The only thing they know is the crime that united them. Ekweremadu, a career politician from Eastern Nigeria, a former deputy governor, a former deputy Senate president, and a lawmaker, a senior lawmaker from Nigeria, conspired with other people, including his wife, and they took an homeless boy, which they have told us probably is also their own house boy. The whole story is still mixing up about the identity of the boy. I mean, about the nature of their relationship. Ekweremadu, lawmaker in Nigeria who are pretty much lawbreakers, brought a minor to the UK, facilitated the travel of a minor for exploitation, just to bring him here to come and harvest his organ. Lawbreakers, called lawmakers from Nigeria, big men, you call them big men, lawless criminals. You know how it all started? Ekweremadu's child is having kidney problems, and it's been like that for a very long time. The story we heard is that they have been looking for donor. They have the money, they couldn't find any. Then they found this young boy, David Ukpo. David Ukpo is a 15-year-old boy, but which makes him a minor. Because Nigeria is a lawless place, Ekweremadu is a criminal like the rest of them. You know what he did? He wrote a letter to facilitate a visa process for the young boy. Somehow, it seems that they felt like he's a match, or somebody in Nigeria told them he is a match to their own child. But he's a minor. So the typical Nigerian in them, they decided to offer his parents money. Hey, can you let your son give our child one of his kidneys? We'll give him money. We'll give you money too. So that was how Ekweremadu wrote a letter to the British embassy in Nigeria. He wrote to them, and in that letter, Ekweremadu said, David is 21 years old. That means he is capable enough to make his own decision. You know the level of poverty in Nigeria. Ekweremadu, who has been in government since 1999, the man that they gave the contract of East-West Road, is the one in charge of the East-West Road projects. And all of you who have been possibly traveling around that route, you can tell the sorry tale of your own sufferings on that road. Ekweremadu stole the money. A criminal like Ekweremadu, for 24 or 23 years in politics of Eastern Nigeria, none of them had a chance or thought that a day will come that their own children will need dialysis, kidney transplant and all of that. And they would have to travel abroad to go and get it. They didn't care. They had the money. They could buy anything they wanted. But the poor people they left to suffer in Nigeria, they won't even leave them in peace. You see? When they failed to provide what we complain about all the time, is because they know that once they steal from you, they can afford it anywhere. They can pay for it anywhere, anytime. Money can buy it. Forget it. Like all the suffer head in Nigeria as well. Look at all their criminal leaders, their family members. They don't have to use your medical service in Nigeria because they don't even exist. But you as a poor people in your poor state, when money can no longer buy them healthcare, they can steal you and even buy a whole you and take any part of you they want. That is them even being nice. Human trafficking, organ harvesting in Eastern Nigeria has been on the increasing rate in the last 7 years. All of the people they are telling you that Boko Haram killed, Boko Haram slaughtered, this and that, many of them, as they are, I mean, they were not even like killed, as in killed. Their organs were harvested alive by these terrorists because it's a huge market for it. And guess what? The SARS in Nigeria, SARS in Eastern Nigeria, they have been documented evidence, so they have been accused of this mass kidnapping of young people, men, women, young boys, young girls in Eastern Nigeria. They just disappeared. Once they search you, they can accuse you of anything, right? They take you away. Your family will never see you again. Yeah. In Eastern Nigeria. Do you know the person in charge of SARS at the time is no other person than Oshtelo? As he said, Abba Oshtelo Kyari. You know, Oshtelo Kyari has been in prison now for the past few months for drug smuggling. He is also being investigated for human and organ trafficking for rich people in Nigeria. Most of them were ritualists, by the way. I bet Ekweremadu wouldn't have to go and make a deal with a minor in order to exploit and traffic that young man into the UK. The audacity is what I don't even know. The audacity. You made a deal, you know, they went to the boy's family, a 15-year-old boy. Don't worry, we'll give you money. We just want to take one kidney from him. You know what would have happened to the boy? I'll tell you what happened. When they got to the UK and the boy was on a stretcher, they want to take him, the boy, they want to take him in so that he can take one of his kidneys. So during the conversation and all of that, they discovered that he is a minor. Then the young boy was talking about his poor mom, how they are suffering, how these Ekweremadus, they are like, maltreating him and the rest of that. What is going on? We thought that you are a member of the family. They listed you as a member of the family who has volunteered and that you are 21 years old. They discovered that the boy is just 15 years old. From that moment in the UK, if that doctor should perform anything, he's going to lose his own license and he's also going to end up in jail. Some of you in Nigeria may not understand what Ekweremadu and his wife, what they have committed. Some of you are already developing different stories. Some of you born to suffer no de tire una. Some of you are already writing different nonsense to deviate from the truth in order for you to defend your own criminal. Some of you are going to throw in, it's because he's an Igbo man. Don't throw that in. The real Igbos, they know that Ekweremadu is a criminal. He is one of those who contributed to whatever is going on in Eastern Nigeria today and to what is going on in Nigeria today. Just like all his own Yoruba counterparts, all his Fulani Hausa counterparts, all his own Niger Delta Ijo, all the rogues from everywhere in Nigeria who don't even have a tribe, talk less of them having a religion. Now you could shout, he's our brother. You are mad. You are mad. Don't worry. They brought a boy here under the arrangement of we'll take care of you. Don't worry. Just go and give us this. And you know what happened? When they couldn't use the boy, they just dumped the boy. They dumped him to, with some people here. Right? And they started the plan of taking their child to Turkey. Istanbul, Turkey. So that boy is useless. It's not useful to them anymore. Ekweremadu was in Nigeria on Monday. And he said something that makes some people feel like, hey, Nakama. What did Ekweremadu say? This is what he said before he traveled to London to go and grab their child, and then travel to Turkey to go and look for another kidney. The boy they took to London, abandoned. The boy managed to escape, ran to the police, reported to the police. They now, Ekweremadu and his wife, they didn't know that they were looking for them. Immediately, Ekweremadu landed in London on Monday evening. As they were planning to leave on Tuesday, Baba, now for airport, where were they going? They were going to Istanbul, Turkey, with a cash, a US dollar cash of $20,000. Listen, before he traveled and left Nigeria, he had this to say, Obidiot, I've been roasting him for this.
I come from the Southeast. I can assure that Southeast will vote for PDP. I can guarantee that. No doubt Peter is our son, but we need to be dynamic. We ask ourselves, can Peter win the presidential election? Can the East afford to throw away their votes? Can we afford to be sentimental in matters that concern our people and our children and our future? The answer is no. So we don't intend to do a thing which we will regret in the future. So while we believe that Peter is ably qualified.
So he just told them that the people of Eastern Nigeria are always going to vote for PDP. Forget it. We don't want to. Atiku is going to be our man. It's business as usual. That didn't go down well with Peter Obi movement too. Then suddenly the news just broke. Many of you didn't know that they didn't arrest. Do you know that they did not arrest them today? They have arrested them since Tuesday, 2 days ago. Now just hear the news now. Okay? They've arrested them since Tuesday, and they arrested them when they were trying to escape from the UK. Yeah, that's exactly. And now talking about the crime they committed. You see, here in the UK, anything that has to do with children, children, Baba, you have to think twice. So whether you are from Nigeria or you are from anywhere, if you want to deal in anything that has to do with a child, be careful, very, very careful. Now, if you now have to bring a child and you traffic a child into the UK, Baba, you are playing with life imprisonment, life in jail. If they now pick you up for organ harvesting, so Mokuna go they do all the all of you, we say the humbled slaves, obedient fools, and all of that, yeah. Mokuna go they pray. But let us talk more. First, let me show you something. There is Oxbridge. The place is called Oxbridge Magistrates Court. So they took Ekweremadu and his wife, who trafficked a minor into the UK with the intention of harvesting his organ, his kidney, for their own son. Now, let me tell you something about the law that is going to jail Ekweremadu and his wife. Number one, they will not be allowed to leave the UK, okay? It's a big man and all of that. But we'll see how that played out, yeah? There's a law here. They call it a Modern Slavery, Human Trafficking and Smuggling Act in the UK, yeah? This is the introduction of that law. This is like a guidance, right? Said, key points. Victims and witnesses in human trafficking and slavery, in slavery cases, will often be vulnerable and or intimidated. Prosecutors should therefore consider the range of measures available to support and protect the trafficked victims, giving evidence and make appropriate applications to the court. You see that boy now, is now the responsibility of the crown in the UK, all right? So he's now the principal witness against the Ekweremadus. So this is not like in Nigeria where you'll be asking for bail. Let us take bail and all of that. You see, the bail that is going to come after is called probably a custodian bail, where they will give them house arrest and all of that, right? Until the end of the case. You see, Ekweremadu wrote a letter. Let me see if I still have that letter on my screen. Yeah, Ekweremadu wrote a letter to the UK. Let me see. Oh, I think I have somehow missed that out, right? Ekweremadu wrote a letter facilitating bringing a minor under false pretense. That is trafficking. That alone will give Ekweremadu a quick 12 years in jail. 12 years. He wrote a letter, lied in the letter, yeah, with the intention of trafficking a minor. Now, look at this. So they say, they say, the Modern Slavery Acts of 2015, the 2015 Act, consolidate existing offenses of human trafficking and slavery and encompasses trafficking for all forms of exploitation. It does not apply to offenses committed before July 2015, right? This new law. The offenses arising under the 2015 Act are Section 1, slavery, servitude, forced and compulsory behavior, arranging or facilitating the travel of another person with a view to exploitation. Section 4, committing an offense with intent to commit an offense under this section. You see, committing an offense to commit with the intent to commit an offense, that is for Ekweremadu and his wife. Ekweremadu used his own letter-headed paper and lied to the British embassy in Nigeria, right, to bring a minor, to traffic a minor for exploitation. You know what they have done to us in that contraption? After they destroyed everything, our own men and women are being either kidnapped or are being lured into trafficking, which is they promised them, hey, would you like to go and work in Dubai? Would you like to go and work in this place and that? Only for you to give them your child or your children, or even you as a young person. You know, Nigeria is going to frustrate you anyway. That frustration is going to lead you straight to those who are going to willingly traffic you. People are crossing the deserts. People are, in fact, the desperation, the sufferings in Nigeria has pushed more young people to even volunteer to be trafficked. Now, lately, you will be seeing you have been seeing videos of young people who have flooded so many countries. And what were they doing? Selling their bodies. It is not just that. Many young people have been told, would you like to go and work in this, work here or there, only to end up being trafficked, only for their organs to be harvested by these traffickers. And let me tell you something, how lucrative this is a blood money business that even your own politicians are involved. Just same way they fingered Abba Kyari in the drug smuggling syndicates in Nigeria. Many of you in the last 7 years, you have seen the increase upscale, call it upscale or rise in drug consumption and drug abuses in young people in Nigeria. Don't deny that. Your government is to keep you protected as a young people, but they have always been exploiting you. If they are not exploiting you for political gain, they are exploiting you for religious gain. They are exploiting you for economic gain. They are exploiting you for tribal, ethnic gain. In all of this, you are the losers, if you pay attention. Drug abuse, codeine, on a codeine diet, young people started suffering from schizophrenia. They started abusing drug only for us to hear that the people behind the drug smuggling in northern Nigeria, in southern Nigeria, the only people who have been at the head of that smuggling syndicate have been no other person than Abba or Stelo Kyari, the same guy that has been giving cover protection to fraudsters all over Nigeria. The same guy that has been giving protections to kidnappers in Nigeria is also fingered in the drug smuggling business that has ruined many young people's lives in Nigeria and still ruining it today. So then, NSAS. When NSAS started, we started hearing and seeing evidence of organ harvesting. You know, they're like, wait, all these things that they are saying, they killed people here, they destroyed their body, they did this and that. Many people are not paying attention. There is a huge market for organ harvesting in Nigeria, especially in the last 10 years. Seriously. And you could be the one, you could be this. They will say somebody is traveling and they didn't get home. Missing people here and there. Some of them kidnapped by SARS. And they took them to places they called abattoir. If your people fail to come and pay and bail you out, you will go missing. Yes, they will harvest your organ. Many young people in eastern Nigeria have become victims of this. But because it is a corrupt, rigged system, yeah, they said, no, it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. Since Abba Kyari has been in detention, yeah, you are likely going to be seeing many of your rich people. Either they are just going to be dying anyhow, or their own effort of trying to replace different organs that are going that are deteriorating on them. They will be exposed just same way like Ekweremadu's. And according to them, as long as money can buy it. So they ruined and destroyed the young people. Those who don't want to become drug addicts, get caught up in the hardship, the frustration, the desperation that they are forced on these young people, or maybe many of them even forced on themselves through their selfish and ignorance. Some of them are now becoming the victims of human traffickers. They are promising them heaven and earth. Some of them have become slaves in different countries, enslaved by people who promise them good life abroad. Some of them are watching me too. They are victims of human traffickers, trafficked by their own kith and kin. People who look like them, people who speak the same language like them. They sold them off, very lucrative. If you traffic one girl out of Nigeria, from our own findings, so if you traffic one girl out of Nigeria for prostitution, that girl is going to worth 30,000. If it's in Europe, that girl is going to worth 30,000 euro. And that 30,000 euro, that girl will have to sell her body, sleep with as many men as possible before she can become free. Now, the way it works, that 30,000 euro can become 300,000 euro. There are many young women who became victims. They ended up having to run to the authorities after many years of being so scared. Because in that Nigeria, they have babalawo, they have woli, they have pastors, they have imam, they have all these clerics who actually help to confer, to force oath on these victims of human trafficking. They promised them heaven and earth. Some of them, men, they ended up being sodomized. Imagine you that is not bisexual, that is not gay or bisexual, so to say. But because Nigeria has forced you into the traffic markets, you are ready to be trafficked. You want the visa. Anything where they won't promise you, may then give you. You just won't get out of Nigeria. But I just won't get out of here. And many of you are being exploited today for different reasons. And this is part of what Nigeria is doing to us. You know, they ruined and destroyed the medical system. They never intend to build any. They will never build any. Continue to promote one Nigeria. You will continue to be, you will continue to beg. Please give us money. We need to take our son to India. We want to raise money for heart operation in India. You would have to travel hours of flight for something that these greedy criminals could have put in place for you right there in Nigeria. So they sent young people into the perpetuity of sufferings. And once in a while, when this kind of news comes up, people are always kind of, rejoice. They say, instead of them to be empathy, to show empathy, to show kind of, because they know the criminals that are leading them, they don't have empathy, they don't have a sympathy, they don't even have any human feelings. Their art, if they have any, is as cold as what you can think of. They destroyed families. Families were torn apart by the actions of these criminals. And to this day, those who are their slaves and those who are enjoying their slavery, they are still promoting a system that keeps them enslaved. And that is why I was reading something online earlier, and it was Tifnumbu talking to his own people that they have to rescue Nigeria. We need to rescue this Nigeria. Rescue Nigeria from who? APC want to rescue Nigeria from APC. No be mental be that.
Our success is the future of this country. If it is food, we have enough. to eat for ourselves and our children. If it is management of our family, we can do it for ourselves without seeing you. But we all say we must get together to rescue this country. Yes. So that the future of your children, my own grandchildren, and yours, we have a country they can be proud of. Our opposition, as we are asking them to go and vote, I have one secret for you. Let me ask the question. If you know you can win, will you fight and disrupt the vote?
Not at all.
Eh?
Not at all.
When you know you are sure to win,
No way.
will you fight and disrupt the vote?
No way.
The opposition. Your job is not to stay and make sure that they fight alone, that they vote alone. Your job is to protect that vote, to make sure that anybody who wants to fight, you don't allow them to fight, because you know you are winning. You have everything to lose. Any vote they disrupt is your vote. Any vote they cancel may be your vote. So the job is not the one getting people to vote, but getting people to protect that vote. Now listen to me.
Call you. That one that is talking before, let me put it this way. Maybe before they start their campaigns, that they will start doing campaign and all of that, he's coming to London for his own medical care. He's been in their own government. He's been in government for 23 years as well, choosing who is going to be who and all of that in Lagos. But as Lagos be, they don't have any medical facility that can actually take care of him. None. It is as bad as that. But he's talking about our, you protect your vote. He's talking about people who destroy votes. Who destroy votes? Than the same rogue. That only enjoys violence. How many of you remember this in 2019, by the way? 2019. Let me see. Isolo or Kota. If you are in that axis, you will remember this. Would you? Protect your vote and the rest of that. Go the vote. The people that will decide, according to them, that will decide whether you vote or not or whatever it is. Remember when they made this statement as well. I am sharing this with you just so you know that the contraption. Now, in fact, let me put it this way. I told somebody just before I shared this with you, right? And I think I've said that many times as well on Mayegun's Diary Politico. I said, the problem of Nigeria, that we say poverty, is not always like the physical, lack of something. It is the mental lack of what is really good. In Nigeria, it is always the dream, or put it this way, when you talk about oppression, Nigerians don't really hate oppression. Nigerians, they only hate it if they are not the one doing the oppression. And that is why the oppressors, they have admirers. They have people who see them as role models. They see them as privileged, and they pray to be like them someday so that they too can oppress others. Nigerians complain about oppression when they are facing the oppression directly. But when they are not, they just pray for a day that they will have the opportunity and do the same. And that is why the poverty of the mind, a very, very powerful topic, by the way, on its own, poverty of the mind, will make somebody to feel so good about themselves that they can build mansions, they can build luxury in the midst of wanton poverty, and they will still be comfortable, because according to them, every poor people around us can at least say, those people there, they are rich. Politicians will steal the money meant for healthcare, education, good road networks and maintenance, payment of workers' salaries. I'm talking about regular payment of real workers that runs the country. They will steal all of the money. The roads will go bad. There is no railway. Electricity is dead. Hospitals are complete comatose, non-existent, or really, really expensive to buy bullshit healthcare in Nigeria. So, a criminal politicians and the criminal rogues and politicians you have, they are so rich. They have so much money. They drive the most expensive automobiles on the most terrible roads, right? They buy the most expensive and install the most expensive electricity generators to supply electricity to their homes. And they love to display them. They eat, sumptuous meals. They waste most of them just to show how grace work for them. And then they sometimes open their gates for the people they stole all of that from to come and beg for hospital bills, house rents, to come and beg for food, to come and beg for school fees, and to come and beg for community water, and on like that. And they can then look at themselves and say, see how God has blessed me. Do you know how many people I have blessed? Do you know how many people I have given my money to? Do you know how many children I sent to school? Do you know how many scholarships I give in a year? Do you actually know how many people I paid their hospital bill? Do you know how many hospitals I go to? Do you know how many boreholes I build? As a politician that is poorly minded, with that poverty mind, when he drives, he tells himself, I am doing so well. People love me. Look at them. They have no jobs. I am their job. They have nowhere to look to. I am their hope. They don't want it. They know that if I fail, they will go hungry. And that is why when you see this, the children of perdition, I'm talking about these humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons who worship their own oppressors, and they tell you to be grateful that at least they gave them something. I said, listen, when would you understand the difference between a system and then cabals that runs your system? A system will take care of everyone without having to direct you to the houses of your oppressors, so that you can be grateful to God for giving, for giving you them. Oh, we thank God. If not for Tifnumbu, my business would have collapsed. If not for Tifnubu in our family, I wouldn't have gone to school. How? My father lost his job, and then somebody gave him a card, and he went to Bodilon. And Tifnubu was coming in his Black Maria convoy, and he saw my dad crying. And he said, who is that man? Come here. That's what changed my daddy's life. My daddy can kill anybody for Tifnubu. That is how we ended up. I said, how did he do it? Just help us thank God, though. They told my daddy to start